Colorado Avalanche, the President's Trophy winners, division winners, and yet didn't get past the second round for a third year in a row. Oh-hoo! Well, for me, it was division finals this year, but anyway, because the Colorado Avalanche, within the last 3 years, have become one of the most exciting teams in the league. The East have got Tampa Bay, is the one everyone looks at. We now in the West have got Colorado that everyone looks at. But with Colorado, I can see why. With Tampa, I just can't. You know, and the Avalanche, they catch the President's Trophy in stunning fashion for the first time in 20 years. The last time the Avalanche won was in 2001 when they last won the Stanley Cup. And it was quite a thrilling fashion the Avalanche did. The Avalanche had to win their last 3 games in a row to catch. One of those against Vegas to capture it. While the Golden Knights had only 2 more. Had to only win one of the last 3 games. One of them was against the Avalanche. They would have had it, and that game against the Avalanche was the one that didn't. So, high pour for that, Bernie. High pour. I love it. I love it when teams deny Vegas their dreams. So, another one. High pour, Bernie. Well done. Well done, mate. So, yeah, you finished the top with 39 victories, but the tie... One less than obviously Vegas, which I like to brag about. But the tiebreaker... Baby Bernie. So, Bernie wins. Yeah. Do a little quick picture dance to prove it. Just in case there are any Vegas fans watching, Bernie. Go on, do a little quick picture dance. Okay, come back, Bernie. Okay. Well done. I technically should not be goading you, but then again, it is Vegas. This team, they also led the NHL in terms of goals scored, 197, enjoying another sterling campaign. Star Centre Nathan MacKinnon was named a finalist for the Hart Trophy after recording 20 goals and 45 assists in 48 games. Along this third year, the Avalanche net minor Philip Grubauer, in also what would appear to be his last that trade made to Arizona. The nomination for the Bezda Trophy, backing up a .922 save percentage and a 1.95 goals against average. He finished second in the league with 30 victories in 40 starts. Now, an active team in the NHL's trade deadline, one of the very rare teams to say that was active in the trade deadline, as I mentioned earlier, with a different team. The trade deadline was very, very quiet this year, but like I say, that's probably due to the fact that, obviously, with the Kraken in sort of like the rear view mirror, well done, Bats, that's bad. So, so the Kraken sort of like in the rear view mirror, you know, they're not quite here yet, but you can see they're slowly in the distance. Their ship is slowly coming into dock. And that probably got a lot of teams thinking, actually, no, hang on a minute. Maybe we should not give too many things away, because the Kraken may do what Vegas did 4 years ago and punish us for it. So, but the Avalanche, where all the few teams actually were busy making multiple deals, shoring up their forward defence depth. They acquired forwards Carl Norberg from the Chicago Blackhawks and defenseman Patrick Nemeth from the Detroit Red Wings. In addition to that, they also added depth between the pipes when they added Devin Dubnyk, which was a balmy trade from us. It was a balmy trade. And, as I say, they were very odds on fair by many at the start of the season to return to the Stanley Cup final and win it. But again, for the third year in a row now, 2019, 2020, 2021, third year in a row, the Avalanche would be dispatched in the second round. Although for me this year, it wasn't the second round, it was division finals. Anyway, but it still stands, they didn't make it through to the third round. But the Avalanche, they got to a good start. They dispatched the Blues in 4 games, they swept the Blues in every round, they were brilliant, the Blues, very dominant, I'd say, against St. Louis. However, Jared Bergeron's group were ultimately unable to achieve their goal after falling to the Vegas Golden Knights in 6 games in the final round, despite, by the way, holding a 2-0 series lead to start off with. So, yeah, just was not good there. So, The Avalanche, they've got to be asking themselves, what is going wrong? Why can we not make it back to the third round? Why can we not get there? We came close to 2019. Well, actually, but no, Bernie, you should not have got within a whisker in 2019, because really, in that matchup we should have actually won Game 6, and that way we could have had an extra day's rest, and might have been able to take the Blues on the conference finals. 2020, we had to face Dallas. Well, obviously, you had to really force that back, and then also this year was just your own fault. You led 2-0 up against Vegas in this division final, and then Vegas just won 4 in a row. And it's like, what happened there? So, I just wonder, what is it the Avalanche can't seem to do to get past the second round? That is the interesting question, and that's going to be something else we go forward. Let's look at your numbers, Bernie. Let's look at your numbers. So, 39-13-4 is your record. You came 8th in the league on the power play, and 8th in the league on the penalty kill too. Your power play was 22.71. Penalty kill 83.05. You led the league in goals for, with a 197, and only conceded 133. Best player was Nathan McKinnon. Ugh. Now that United is best of the trophy by this teammate in Hale Macker, the edge goes to McKinnon for Colorado's top player, earning an MVP nomination for the second year in a row. 25-year-old average 1.35. Oh Lord, he's almost the same age as me? That's not right. I turned 25 in November. He looks more older. He looks older than 25, McKinnon. How's he almost the same age as me? I don't know. We'll move on. How the Avalanche continue for one of the most dangerous offensive teams in this league, finishing the top 10 shots on goal and assists, playing more than 20 minutes per night on one of the league's top lines. The halfbacks movesets along line also remain deadly on the power play, with 8 goals, 17 assists with the extra man, beginning to challenge Edmonton Oilers star King and Queen, I should say, Colin McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. I'll leave you to work out which one's which for the best players in the league. McKinnon also remained brilliant during Colorado's playoff run, an early favourite for the Conn Smythe Trophy before his team obviously bowed out. He recorded 8 goals and 7 assists. So I love what I just did there, we went bowed out. Oh, Birdie's not impressed. Oh dear. How much disappointment probably needs down Kadri. Underachieving during his second year in Colorado, Kadri recorded just 11 goals, 21 assists in 56 games. He finished with his lowest points per 60 minutes total of the last 5 seasons. He also finished his 2021 campaign at -7. But he also saw his shooting percentage fall over 8% from a year ago. Taking himself out of the Avalanche's first round series against the Blues, he was suspended 8 games by the league for his high hit on defenseman Justin Falk. A repeat offender, the former Toronto Maple Leafs draft pick was previously suspended 5 games during the 2019 playoffs. Set to enter the final year of his contract, Kadri has begun to see his name brought up quite a lot in trade talks as he accounts for $4.5 million against the team's cap going into 2022. Behind the bench, receiving a vote of confidence from management, Jared Bednar will return for his 6th season behind the bench next year. He's currently the longest active tenured head coach in Avalanche history. He led the team to their 4th consecutive playoff appearance, having Colorado capture their first playoff trophy, as we mentioned, in over 2 decades. The former Calder Cup champion has received praise from his players for his high-flying, aggressive system. However, the core of the team's roster beginning to age. Look for Bednar to be on the hot seat for next year if the group ultimately fails to return to, let's say, the 3rd round, let alone the Stanley Cup final, for the 4th year in a row. With 1 year remaining on his 2-year contract extension of one of the most complete rosters on the game at disposal next season, it remains now or never for this coach. And we'll just finish the floor before we round it up. A snub for the General Manager of the Year award that was ultimately captured by the New York Islanders, Lou Miro. Joe Stacks has quickly become one of the top executives in the game. putting together an elite group of talent over the last few seasons. He's pulled off the deal of the season when he acquired defenseman Devin Towers from the Islanders. Furthermore, he was also able to obtain veteran winger Brian Starr of the Chicago Blackhawks, but defenseman Nikita Zadorov to give Colorado extra scoring boost lower in the lineup, continuing to draw especially well on the back end. As expected, was the best young up-and-coming defense calls leagues-wide, convincing his star players to sign value contracts. He's also allowed the team to add pieces in and around the lineup to help get them over the hump. Whatever that hump is. Now, in terms of the Sharks series, I felt the Avalanche definitely had the edge. And we did end up being the only 4-game block played, because we had 3 4-game blocks scheduled, and obviously because we did COVID and all that, only one of them got played, and that was against Burnley. A lot of Sharks I felt against Avalanche were, Sharks had a lot of chances to get the puck in the back of the net, but it just felt the longer this score stayed tied, and the more near misses and posts that keep getting hit, the more it's going to be tough when Colorado does get a lead, which they eventually did, and it's hard to come back from. So there were quite a lot of times where it was quite impressive that we were able to keep Colorado off the score sheet for quite a fair amount of time. Whilst they did get the score sheet, it was quite a bit of a hard way to come back from the Sharks. But we were able to get at least one good win over the Colorado Avalanche. I just would have liked it to maybe be a bit more, because we did have their number 2 seasons ago.